Welcome to DIYEasyCrafts.com. Today we're going to take a look at how to repair and paint fiberglass doors. Now this is the before and after picture from painting the front doors of my house. These are Pella doors. They're very expensive fiberglass doors. I was kind of disappointed in how they performed over the years. Very, very worn at the base and several areas on the door. Really faded. But the main problem is when the lock set wore out or broke, Pella had no replacement that was available that would fit the hole pattern of this door. And they kind of just left us on our own. Like I said before, very, very disappointed and would not recommend their product in the future. Anyway, I decided to fix the doors and to fill in the extra hole on the bottom for this particular lock set so that I could use a new lock set. What I did was I sanded the lock set area with a 320 grit paper just to prep it for the repair. I did that on both sides. And I decided to work on fixing that extra hole because while that's drying, I can prep the rest of the door. Now I'm going to wipe that area down with acetone. It's a good idea anytime you're working with fiberglass, before you paint or do any repairs, wipe the area down with acetone. It gives it a nice clean surface to work for the paint or for the fiberglass product to adhere to, and it cleans off any grease that's on the area. Now I'm using a product from Bondo, their Fiberglass Bondo. I use it for boat repairs all the time. It's really good for fiberglass repairs. And I'm just using a piece of plastic and pushing it into the hole to fill in that void. This dries very quickly, probably 5 or 10 minutes. So I'm going to leave it a little bit proud, a little bit, more than I need. And I'm going to do that on all 4 sides, both sides of each door. And while that's drying, I'm going to start working on taping the windows. So what I did was I just used painter's tape, and I used my fingernail to run it along the crease. And then instead of trying to get that painter's tape to fit perfectly while I'm applying it, I just used a sharp knife, ran it right along that crease, and then it was a very easy process of just peeling that, and it left a perfect, application of the tape. Once that Bondo is dry, I'm going to use an oscillating sander. This happens to have a 220 grit paper in it. And I'm going to sand it off until it's smooth. So you're sanding away almost all of that Bondo product. Most times you will have to apply, a second application of the Bondo. So this one's going to be a less amount, just to fill in whatever voids are remaining. And the goal here is after sanding, you should not even be able to see or feel where that repair had taken place. So while that Bondo is drying, I'm going to prep the rest of the door. I'm going to sand it with a 320 grit paper. You don't have to go crazy. You're not trying to sand away, all of the original finish. All you're doing is scuffing it up. But you do want to scuff up every single spot. You can crease that paper and get into all of the corners and all of the edges, and very lightly sand the entire doors, both sides. After that's done, I'm going to wipe down both sides of each door with the acetone again in preparation for the paint. Now for this project, I'm going to use an acrylic paint. I got this from Home Depot. It's an exterior semi-gloss, and I had it mixed to the color that I wanted. I'm just going to apply it with a good quality paintbrush, nice soft brush. Most of the strokes are going to be vertical, and they're going to kind of mimic the wood grain that was in the original fiberglass door, which seemed to have vertical strokes on it. So this is the area that I did the repair. That hole that you're seeing is actually the hole that I drilled for the new lock set. But you can't even see where the repair or where the Bondo was placed. It did take a couple of coats, especially in that repair area. And once the new lock set is screwed in place, I peel the painter's tape from the window and let it, of course, let it dry completely. And this is the finished product. So it actually probably took me about 4 hours with drying time, but 4 hours well spent rather than spending thousands of dollars on a new set of doors. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, I ask that you please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to this YouTube channel. By all means, check us out on the web at DIYEasyCrafts.com. I've got a wide variety of do-it-yourself projects on there for the homeowner. Thank you very much for watching.